Hey guys, I've got some huge intel for you. Let's get into that. Okay, the best intel I'm going to share with you guys is at the end of the video. All right, so we've got some newbies. Let me share with you how I operate and how I study and everything on this investment. So as you guys know, I study both faith and facts. This is the cover art of my YouTube channel. It's this is how it's been since I ever opened my YouTube channel and launched it back at the beginning of last year in 19. Okay, this was what this is this just showing an RV. And guys, this whole video is my opinion, should not be used for financial advice. And because I am going to share dates and get into dates, that's why you should not be using this information as financial advice, okay? Because it is just my opinion, should be used for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so what God showed me, again, this was a prophetic word to me, revealed to me, clear back from 2014, okay? It shows an RV, and it shows a March 17th banner. So that's what God revealed to me. God revealed to me that the rate change would occur somewhere around March 17th. Okay. What else happened on March 17th? Well, remember, Kim Clement prophesied to us. He said that do not look to Wall Street, only observe. That's because the U.S. financial markets would be collapsing. But he said the Dow would reach 20,000 points. The Dow reached exactly 20,000 points on my prophetic date of March 17th. And another very important event happened. That's when Iraq stopped their financial markets. Also on March 17th, they stopped the ISX and they ended the currency auctions, guys. Those are steps that I've been telling you for quite a while would have to occur in order for them to be able to change the rate. They would have to shut down the financial markets. They did. Now, on March 16th, I gave you a second time period revealed to me in faith. I brought to you around April 9th. And then I even gave you an opinion around then. And I said, in my opinion, okay, that the reason that they stopped the rate change process, that the reason that they stopped the ISX and the financial markets on March 17th was so that because they started the rate change process, okay? And then I gave you my opinion, told you it would take about 4 weeks to do, okay? And I told you March 17th around then was week 1, and I told you they would be the fourth week, or kind of the ending period of the rate change process, would be right around the weekend of April 11th and April 12th, right in there. I told you that would be kind of the ending period for it, and I told you that in my opinion they were probably going to be changing the rate on Easter Sunday, April 12th. That's because God wants everyone to know this is all about Him, and He's the one that's giving you the blessing. Okay, He's the creator of this, and He's the one that did this for you and gave it to you. So he wants it to happen in His time period, so everybody knows it's from Him and of Him. Okay. And shortly after I gave you that 4-week period on March 16th, about a week later, Iraq came out confirming. They said, hey, we're going to have our ISX stock exchange shut down for a period of 4 weeks through April 11th and reactivate it and turn it back on Sunday, April 12th. So the news confirmed my opinion at 100% accuracy, okay? So you have that. Now let's get into the rest of what I have to share with you. Now, in the next part, Iraq has shared with you that these low oil prices are drastically hurting them financially. Let's see if that's true, because I'm going to call lies and BS on that. I'm telling you that the low oil prices are really not hurting Iraq. They had the stage structured for this. Let me show you why, okay? Well, let me tell you this next part. Remember, last year, Iraq told us that they had a large budget surplus, and that was due to high oil prices, guys. Because remember, last year the high oil prices were even around $60 to $70 a barrel. Okay, so they told us they had a huge budget surplus. Now, here's what I want to tell you: that huge budget surplus from last year, guys, was actually being used for the temporary budget during Q1 of this year. Okay. The reason why Iraq implemented a temporary budget during Q1 of this year, kind of from January through March, was because they're going to be transitioning to a new fiscal year starting in what is Q2 for us, but April for Iraq. So Iraq's transitioning to a new fiscal year from April through March of the following year, and that's why they were operating on a temporary budget that started in January, really starting in January, but it was for Q1 of this year, January through March. And again, those funds came from that huge budget surplus they had last year. Now, here's more information on that. Okay, here's an article for you guys. This one's a little bit older. It's actually from 2016. Okay, This article is from 2016, but look at the blue highlighted part. It says, and again, this was during the ISIS war when they had the low oil prices during the ISIS war in 2016. It said Iraq was actually selling oil at $22 a barrel, but it tells you that was actually half of what the country needed to fund their government obligations. So they're telling you back in 2016, they actually only needed oil at oil at $44 a barrel to fund the government's obligations. Okay, so now and then so let me share. I've got one more part on this for you. Okay, so now here's another article, guys. This article right here is also from about 2016 as well. But if you look at the blue highlight, it said Iraq can produce oil at about $10.70 per barrel. So back in 2016, it only cost Iraq about $11 a barrel to create it, okay, or to extract it out of the ground. That was their cost in extracting oil to create a barrel was $11 a barrel. Okay, now as of Friday, oil was already back at $34 a barrel as of Friday of just this past week, just yesterday. Brent oil, which is what Iraq works on, is Brent oil, was already at $34 a barrel. And in the previous article, I showed you that they only need $44 to really fund the country. So my point is, guys, by about the time when they really go to start voting on the budget, we're going to get into that. They only really need oil at about $45 to $50 a barrel to really fund their costs and obligations to run the country. Okay, and notice, like I said, so we want to see oil around $45 to $50 a barrel, but like I said, they don't really need that to happen until they start voting on the budget. But I've got some information on that for you, so we'll get into that. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is, guys, because Iraq during Q1 was actually operating on their budget surplus money from last year during Q1 on their temporary budget this year, the low oil prices is really not hurting them in any way because they're utilizing the surplus from last year. Okay, so again, it's all lies and BS. Now let's look at this. Al-Habussi confirms that the ministerial curriculum that he had received it from the new Prime Minister Zarfi. So he's telling you that because he received the cabinet lineup that it's ready to go to vote. Okay. Now here's one telling you that the Kurdish blocs are ready to vote on the PM's new lineup. And here's one for you. This article says that the PM is revealing the date for Parliament to vote on the new cabinet. And in the highlighted area, that will be approximately Wednesday to Thursday of this week we're entering into. Now, here's what I want to tell you guys. You guys know the accuracy of my opinions. I don't have to justify that with you. Time has already proven to you how accurate my opinions are. Now, from the beginning of this year, I had stressed to you guys that they were going to play a lot of games and lie to you about the formation of the government. I've even tried telling you numerous times that I felt the government was already done and formed. But I also told you, I added another opinion to that, and I said that, guys, they are not, that Parliament cannot even vote or start the approval process of the 2020 budget until after the rate has changed. So why am I telling you this? Well, that's the reason that they had to play a ton of games regarding the formation of the government, okay, is because they had to drag this thing out and in a way kind of burn time to be able to delay, justifying a delay to be able to, for Parliament to vote on that budget. Now, here's what, you guys can believe whatever you want. I'm not going to argue this out with you guys, but here's what I want to show you. I've already told you that, in my opinion, I think that you're now entering into week 4 for the RI rate change process. Okay, I've told you you're entering into week 4 now, and I've told you that I felt that through faith that I've sensed that the rate would change approximately on, roughly Sunday, Easter Sunday, April 12th. Now, notice how at the week we're entering into, Iraq magically has the cabinet lineup for vote, guys. The timing of that is so perfect, it's not coincidence. Iraq lied to you. They blew so much hot air up your skirt, lying to you and misleading to you and playing games to you. If you want to believe it's true and you want to believe it's coincidence, hey, good luck to you on that. But I've told you this whole time they're going to lie to you, which is exactly what they did. That's why everything's coming together so perfectly in magical time frames. Okay, because they played games with you. They've treated this and made it unfold and occurred literally just like a soap opera, just so magically perfect. Okay, that's what they do. So anyway, yeah. So they're saying that now that the prime minister's new cabinet lineup is ready to vote just a few days before they plan to RV. Yeah, yeah, total BS and lies. All right, let's look at the next article. Okay, and now also guys, remember. So they're going to finish they're telling you they're going to finish the formation of the government this week. Then they'll change the rate next weekend. Then, right after the rates change, Parliament will be ready to start the approval process of the budget sometime probably during around the second half of April. Okay, that's not coincidence, guys. It's all strategically planned. Now here's the huge intel that I want to share with you. Okay, here's an article, guys. This is from yesterday, April 3rd. It said the central bank, the dollar's appreciation will end this week. Okay, let's read this article. Let's see what it says. So it says the Central Bank of Iraq revealed to the implementation of several steps to control the high dollar exchange rate in the markets. The central bank has implemented a number of steps to control the exchange rate of the dollar, he said, noting that the bank will try in any way to curb the largest or to curb this large disparity. Jabber explained that there are some weak souls speculating in dollars, so the central bank will try in any way to curb the great disparity, and we expect this week to resolve the issue of the high dollar prices. He explained these steps to open ports for sale and the strengthening of the banks in hard currency while Raj to the end rise happening in the dollar exchange rate against uncle of the local during the current week. So they're basically saying during the current week, they're going to try to implement some steps to reduce the high exchange rate or high value of the US dollar. Okay. Well, so they're roughly telling you roughly somewhere during next week or even within a week that they're trying to, in a way, devalue the dollar within the country of Iraq. Okay. Well, what did I show you guys on Thursday evening? Oh, yeah, I believe you guys saw this article right here. Guys, this was the article I showed you on Thursday where they said right in it. Let me see if I can even enlarge this to kind of give you so where you can see it a little bit easier. I didn't know if it was too small or not. Oops, shoot. Okay, let me re-highlight that for you. So it says the process of, hold on, it's all right. It's just it's showing you trend. Okay, it says the process of increasing the foreign exchange rate of the Iraq dinar always occurs on official holidays. Well, depends on how you look at it. The next holiday, again, not Iraq itself does not observe Easter or Easter. Easter is observed, but it's not a holiday where they close any part of the government down or close, government services down. Okay, they don't stop any part of the government, but it is observed by Iraq. See, guys, here's an article I have right here. This article, look at the yellow highlight in the middle. It's from April 21st of 2019. It says Iraq's oldest Christian town celebrates Easter without ISIS. Again, that's from last year, April of last year. Okay, so yeah, Iraq does celebrate Easter. Maybe not all of Iraq, but the Christian portions of Iraq do. Okay. So right here, this article is telling you that roughly in about a week, okay, it doesn't say a week. That week part that's me putting my opinion into it. But they're basically saying just in the, around the next official holiday that that's when Iraq will, increase their exchange rate. Okay. And this article is telling you the same thing, that within about a week, they're going to curb the value of the dollar and reduce it. So you got two articles telling you the same thing from two different angles. Go believe what you want. I don't care. Guys, I'm just showing it to you. That's what was revealed to me to show to you, so I did. Okay? Guys, that's amazing information I wanted to share with you. And then don't forget, I put my phone number and my email address in the bottom left corner of the video. That's because God really put it on my heart to reach out and launch an investment group after the rate changes. Okay, we're going to do loans. We won't do lending right now. We'll have to wait till it's too risky to write loans while markets in a way are still kind of collapsing. We need the markets in a way to start to rebound, to bottom out, rebound, and start to resume and kind of continue to grow. Then we could write loans after everything has leveled off and stabilized. Okay, you don't want to write loans while it's risky and you don't have collateral in place. So that's part of it. Another thing we can do is we could do mergers, acquisitions. Right now, while the markets are collapsing, a lot of companies might start going out of business, guys, and that's the best time. That's one of the best moves you can make. Is think about this carefully. When no one is spending money, that's the best time for you to consider spending money. Okay, that's when you're going to get some of the best deals. So, we could buy up some businesses together, do mergers, acquisitions. So anyway, guys, God put it on my heart to reach out to you guys, help you with this. Another thing after the rate changes, I've already shared this with you guys, but I've already talked to Wells Fargo Private Client Services privately. They've told me that based on the amount of dinar you have, again, this is Private Client Services is not a bank branch. They're a division of Wells Fargo that actually invest money for you. So they said depending on the amount of dinar you have, they can actually exchange foreign currency at a lower price and lower fees and rates than the actual bank branches can. We're finding out that bank branches are probably going to do it about 1% ish, 1% based on the amount of dinar you actually have. So private client services could probably, depending on the amount of dinar, might be able to, get reduced fees of around 0.5% on an exchange. So we've got some, and I'm going to try to put a deal together and be able to share with everybody. You won't have to fly to where I'm at. We'll try to put it together. So you could go to the nearest Wells Fargo PCS office of wherever you're at and do it. But it's just a lot of things that I'm going to do to try to reach out and help you guys. So, but again, that's my contact information down there, so that those of you that want to participate within an investment business and we can stay together long term, that's my information. Okay. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. God bless you guys, and enjoy your weekend. Take care. On to the next video.